My fellow Decepticons, it is I, Starscreams-a-lot here. Going back at you with another video, and I'm alive. Woo! Yeah. My apologies for being gone. I mentioned it in my post. And, sorry if you hear my air conditioner going off in the back. It is hot. But, yeah. I felt like I should probably finish the Devastator saga that I started however long ago. So, you know, I thought it would be nighttime for me to actually review SS86 Devastator. Yeah, I'm pretty late to the party, I guess, so, let's get into it, shall we? Now, I'm not gonna go into any of the, like, actual combination stuff, because I already did that at earlier points during the saga. I kind of talked about each of their transformations to the combination mode and stuff, and I've already discussed my opinions on each member of the set. So let's just get into it. Starting off with paint and detail. I did also do this a little bit when I would do the simple overviews of each of their combined mode. Also, he is really freaking tall, so I have to resort to this. It's a little bit frustrating, but you know what? We adapt, I guess. Starting with the head sculpt, I think this is a pretty perfect Devastator head sculpt. I think it looks just like the guy, and it looks pretty perfect. I think it's a little small, but, you know, it is what it is. It just annoys me a little bit. Looking at the chest, there's not too much paint going on. I mean, you get these little silver headlights, I think? Something. From Hook, and, you know, you get the whole crest thing, which looks really nice. Look at the arms, you can see, you get these silver parts on both of the shoulders. Or not shoulders, whatever that part would be. Like, I guess shoulder. And a lot of the detail just kind of stems from, you know, the actual limb bots themselves. You know, he's pretty heavily detailed. Like a good mix between 86 Grimlock and, I guess, 86 the Seeker. Like a good in-between in comparison. Now looking at the rest of him, you can see it's just more panely bits and scaffolding just going all across his body. You get a lot of detail for Hook, a lot of paint down there. I think that's pretty nice, you know. Here he is from the back. It's about as good as that shot's gonna get. I know a lot of people really don't like the backpack. I think it's fine. I mean, if it was just the legs, that's kind of what I'm getting at. If it was just the legs, I wouldn't really mind the backpack at all. It's the butt flap. That's what really annoys me with this whole thing. But, you know, it's whatever, I guess. I might just take a pin driver out and take that pin out. But, you know. But he does look good. He looks really, really nice, I will say. I think that this was very much so worth it in just the looks department, in my opinion at least. He has an aura to him. If you have this guy in person, you'll know. But he has like a presence to him, which I really like. Now let's take a quick look at his accessory, which is just the gun from Scrapper, not Scavenger. And you know, it looks good. I'm really annoyed at how loose it is in his hands. Like, this thing will just sway at the slightest movement. Like, look at that. It does not. Well, now that I'm on camera, you know, it's gonna stay still, but usually when I'm trying to pose him and stuff with the gun, it doesn't stay still. And also Bone Crusher's a little bit loose. Scavenger is fine though. I wish they were ratchets, but I'm not trying to pay a Voyager price for every single one of these guys. The legs were fine. So So let's do quick size comparison before I move on to articulation, I suppose. Now, in terms of size comparisons, here he stands next to Earthrise Starscream and Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. He's pretty big, you know, he's pretty much two Optimuses tall. I don't have 86 Megatron yet, you know, unfortunate. I like this size for Devastator. I think the Titan's Return would be too big. I wouldn't really have him where to put him. But, And in terms of some random size comparisons, here he stands next to the Master Grade Zagok and Blocky's Hatsune Miku. He's pretty big. I think the biggest figure in my collection, in terms of like just height, yeah, most likely. But yeah, he's pretty tall. I mentioned before how I'm more of a scale person than I am an accuracy person. So I like this scale. I think this does a pretty good job. I would have brought over my core class Starscream, but who cares? Articulation time, though. As you probably saw earlier, head rotates all the way around. No up or down. You can fake it by just lifting up the transformation joint. Oop. So, you know, you can just do that, or, then, arms rotate all the way around, go out, to the side. You can get like a little bit more on Scavenger's arm than you can on Bone Crusher's arm, unless you move this piece out of the way, which I like to do. I kind of like to have it kind of like that, but you know, I like to have the scoop like that, and his arm, like I said, a little bit looser than the Scavenger's. Rotation right here at the bicep, less than 90 on both elbows. That's pretty annoying. Wrist rotation, and the hands open and close. Get a waist rotation, not all the way around, which is, you know, because of the flap. If it wasn't there, we'd have more ranges, go all the way around, most likely. Then the hips kick forward that far and kick back. Oh, kick back, chainsaw man. Kick back about that far. This guy's pretty heavy. Kind of hard to hold him with one arm. Knees bend at 90, although with Scrapper specifically, you can get a little bit more at the shin. Looks a little weird though. And then you get that much pivot. And on Mixmaster, it's the exact same with some nice ratchets. Now the ankle pivot is kind of stopped by the arms, so you do have to move those out of the way to get maximum value out of those. But, you know, very, very big guy, very chunky. And I like that about this guy. You know, nice, big, chunky figure. He was top 5 on my best of year list for a reason. And I think he still deserves that spot, but I will do that in my little post-amble in my final thoughts. And that is my review on Studio Series 86 Devastator. I like this guy a lot, you know. You know, he deserves that spot that I gave him in my best of year list, at least in my opinion. I still think he holds up pretty well. Very solid figure, you know, decent articulation. Could always be better. The flap is really annoying to me. That's my least favorite part about this figure, and the elbows. But everything else, you know, is pretty good for combiners at least. You know, they usually don't get about this good. I don't have the skeleton combiners. I do kind of want Onslaught, but you know, it depends on how I feel. But yeah, I like this figure. He's chunky. He's like imposing. He looks cool. He does everything that I want him to do. And that's like just all I need him to do. So all in all, I'd say this guy gets a thumbs up from me. If you like the review, then like the video, if you're not already, please do subscribe and join my Discord server. And I will hopefully be doing this more frequently now that I'm sort of back into the mood. I'm kind of like, okay, I want to do more videos again. So, you know, here's hoping I can finally get more videos out. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.